I'm delighted to welcome Today FM presenter Alison Curtis to OTB AM this morning. We're chatting about Sports Direct's new 3-year sponsorship of the LGFA's Gaelic for Mothers and Others programme. The new deal sees Sports Direct provide support to all 220 Gaelic for Mothers and Others teams across the country, as well as helping grow the fun, non-competitive and social programme even further. And Alison, you've joined our local club, the St Vincent's.
Yes, St Vincent's, yeah. It's great, it's really good. They obviously went for someone super fit for this role of ambassador. But no, it's really lovely. I've only done a few training sessions and already I can't get over how much fun it is, and it's so inclusive, and it is very much designed for people like, you know, myself, who maybe, you know, you have a young family, you might have put fitness on the back burner for yourself for a little while, you might have kind of forgotten about yourself for a little while because you're just trying to keep your family alive and surviving. So it's aimed at people like me, and it's great. It's really, really good. And
it obviously helps that it's summertime and the weather is relatively okay.
I know, I'm worried about winter.
So tell us about it. How do you actually get involved? What do you do? And yeah, I mean, the natural competitive instinct is kind of there in all of us. So is there a little bit of competition, or how does it work?
Yeah, no, and I think so. I think, like, you know, the women in St. Vincent's, as I said, I've only met them a few times, but I went up and, you know, did a few kind of training sessions with them. And your instinct, I think, is to be kind of self-conscious if you're not like a professional sports person. So what I did was they kind of like, you know, they're very kind to me, and like they get you in very easily, and you know, you speak to all these women who are exactly the same as you. Like the Sports Direct LGFA did a big study on the percentage of people that were brand new to the game, had never played Gaelic, because it's international as well. And I mean, I obviously didn't have Gaelic in Canada growing up. Our captain actually is from Tokyo. So they did this study, and it was 48% of women had never tried it before. So you don't need to be an expert at it. You will learn as you go along. And I think the most important thing that Sports Direct kind of want to get across with this sponsorship is that they want to work in sport into everybody, you know, mom and dad, kids, weekly lives in a healthy, fun way. And I'm the kind of person, I'm sure a lot of people are the same way, that if I'm told you're exercising now, I'll be like, no, I'm not. But if they put me on a pitch or on a court and go for it for an hour and a half, you'll have fun, I'll be like, this is exercising, and I didn't even think of it as exercise.
Yeah, that's the best part about this, isn't it? It's like, I don't know, certainly, so my kids are training in Vincent's, and it's Mondays and Wednesdays for the girls under 10 team, and I definitely had this overwhelming desire to get out and do this, because there was a nostalgia from my perspective that like when I was 16, 17, I would have been the last time I was doing this with any kind of sense of regularity. But you guys are actually getting that fix. Like, it's
absolutely. So for Vincent's, for the mothers and others, it's 9 o'clock on a Monday, and you know, I know you're saying about the nice summer weather, and I hope that, you know, when it's raining, I'm going to go out that door. But I think that you're more likely to do it if there is a group of people that are kind of waiting there for you as well. And like, you know, your background, your skill set, like I had a little bit of volleyball in secondary school, so kind of that's okay, but I didn't have any football training or soccer training at all in Canada. It wasn't a thing. Racket sports were kind of more my thing. So that whole side of thing I'm learning as well. And I just think it's about, you know, meeting a group of people, staying fit, and certainly during the pandemic, there's a lot of women that maybe moved to new communities or certainly started new jobs and have no normal, you know, social networking ways of meeting people. So Mothers and Others is a way to kind of get into the community. If you don't, like us, Jerry, have like 1,000 WhatsApp groups with like parents from various different classrooms and things like that. It's a way of getting into the community and making a network, definitely.
It's interesting because definitely the sort of recreational element of Gaelic games kind of disappears after a certain point. If you're not going to take it really seriously after the age of 20, 21, then, you know, good luck to you. You can play five-a-side soccer, but that really is it.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, girls more so than boys, there's a traditional drop-off period of organised or team sports at around 13 or 14. So I think if they see mom, or if they see their aunt or their, you know, their older sister or a friend going onto the pitch regularly, they'll be hopefully much more likely to keep at it as well. And for little boys as well. And I know up at St. Vincent's, when I spoke to a lot of the women on the team, they're like, look, I've spent hours on the sidelines cheering on, you know, my partner, my children. It's their time to cheer me on. So there's a lot of that in this as well. And it's just, it is a lot of fun, especially for people like me who didn't have a background in Gaelic at all. Like, it is a lot of fun.
I didn't realise there was 220 teams already established. So there was a survey done, as you mentioned some of the stats in it. 90% of current participants feel that Gaelic for Mothers and Others has improved their mental health. 89% agree that it has empowered them to be a sporting role model within their family. I think that bit, right, the whole 20 by 20 campaign was she can't see it, she can't be it.
Yeah.
That was like there was one interpretation of that was like, oh, we need Katie Taylor and we need Kelly Harrington, but actually, as you're saying, far more important, you need your ma.
Yeah, you do.
To be doing it. Otherwise, it's like it's not actually. Role models on the TV are not the role models in the house.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue you kind of need both, and that's why I think the Olympics recently were absolutely brilliant, because, you know, men and women's disciplines were on par for coverage, and like you had a lot of female athletes that people were able to follow, and still following, obviously, with the Paralympics as well. But I think, yeah, you get on the pitch, you show them what you're doing, and they're going to absolutely, hopefully, ideally, be more involved with it themselves as well. And the other part that came out of that study that I was really fascinated by is like 97% of the people asked by the Sports Direct, the LGFA survey, said that it relieves stress, and we all need to relieve stress, especially in the last like 18 months or so. And you guys know yourselves from playing matches, the buzz from it is so electric, even for the first few minutes that you're on, you know, the pitch, and you forget about other things. You're off the screen, you're not reading news, you're not dealing with household chores, you're not giving out to pick up your socks or do your homework or whatever. You've got that time to yourself and to really just enjoy it and get exercise while you're at it.
It's once a week as well, so it's not a massive commitment, but I guess if there are people who are interested, they could do it more often than that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. And they've got on the website, the LGFA website, they've got all the clubs that you can find there. And like, as you say, there's 220 of them, so hopefully in your area there'll be definitely somebody you can join up with. And they're really welcoming, and they want us to be doing it. They want people to take part, so it's worth doing. I always say if I can do it, anybody can do it.
How many people are roughly there? And like what, so, you know, once you've got 5 or 6, that's enough to get going. But that kind of gets its own momentum.
It fluxes. So like there was 18 last night, and yeah, like it kind of fluctuates a good bit. And oh no, it's great. And like everyone's so encouraging, because I'm like, okay, if I kick this, it's going what direction? And you know, they're really helpful, and it's good, and you're really buzzing afterwards, definitely.
And the last one is how exhausted are you then afterwards? Because
that's the thing. That's work on the fitness levels. Whatever about the direction of the ball. No, you are, because it's 60 minutes, obviously, the training of running around. So, and that's something too that a lot of moms kind of, we might, go for walks or power walks. And I'm generalizing, obviously, there's a lot of fitter mothers than me out there. But you kind of forget about that kind of the pushing yourself a little bit and kind of getting that fitness level just up another notch.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a point in your life where it gets much more difficult to stop watching TV and to get off the couch. And 9 o'clock in the evening is a kind of very significant danger zone. It's like, I might just eat what's left here.
I'm just going to go on Instagram and grab a cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, if people are waiting for you.
It'd be a shame to leave it.
On a Monday, half a bottle. No, people are waiting for you on the pitch, so you got to go.
Yeah. Okay,
is that point in your life in your 20s by any chance, or is it not?
That was ringing
I was just like, wow, okay, yeah, thanks, Jared. The self-deprecation of the 40-somethings has actually just become a pointed comment at me. I like it.
Very good.
I'm glad you recognise yourself. Okay, so Gaelic for Mothers and Others, your local club, St. Vincent's GA. Are we going to see some of this popping up on social?
Definitely.
Are you documenting this? Is there evidence?
I am. I'm documenting it from the waist up. Yes, I am. So at Alison Today FM, and it's all the sports directs and the LGFA as well. And it's great. Like, it's really, really good. And of course, hopefully next year when restrictions lift, hopefully even more, they've got their provincial blitzes in June and their national blitzes in September. So hopefully see everybody on the pitch.
And are you using this to peer pressure any of the other mothers who might have? Not
really. I'm using it to peer pressure my child, actually.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm using it for. But no, I actually, I think I know a lot of women that would like to take part in it, and actually a good friend has joined up at the same time as me as well. So it's good. It's collective.
I encourage the peer pressure of people. I'm specifically, I think that it would be very good for all mothers who have kids of a similar age to you, Alison, to get out there on a Monday night and do it at 9 o'clock. Like, what is preventing you from doing this?
Nothing, because your partners, your husbands will all look after the children and do the dishes and stuff. So get out the door. We
undertake to do all that stuff and the bedtime reading. All right, Alison, good stuff.
Thank
you.
Wish
you the very best of luck with that, and thanks very much for joining us this morning. Gaelic for Mothers and Others is the name of the project, and as Alison says, you can get it on her social as well.